Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Wendy returns from Hong Kong to Shin boarding house following Lee's funeral. She confides in Trip about how little her father let her console him. She is upset, and Gaby is the target of her ire. They then talk about Ava's circumstances and the fact that she won't face charges for what transpired with Jill. D.A. Demira sounds like such a joke. They indulge in a little snack while thinking back on their time spent at the apartment. After engaging in some lighthearted card gaming, they get a little sexual. The bistro. Harris would want to prepare dinner for Ava there. They start acting flirtatious in the lead-up to their date. Harris has quickly put together a delicious dinner. Harris talks about the criminal gang he's been tasked to take down and how he misplaced his work keys while they eat. After apologizing for bringing up work, Harris chooses to turn on the music and start dancing. Horton Square. In Alemania, Stefan gives Vivian a call. He desires that she release a hit on Clyde. He's talking about it aloud when Chad walks in. They exchange concerns about Gaby's safety in Statesville and Stefan's efforts to keep her safe. Chad is aware of his unwavering devotion to the lady he loves. Stefan questions Chad's actions in detail, trigger flashback to Chad instructing Gwen to keep their sale a secret. They unintentionally start talking about how much they detest Clyde Weston and how he ought to suffer a terrible end. Stefan informs Chad that the bistro is currently closed and he must go pick up some food. Stefan claims he acquired the property as a diversion, which makes Chad unhappy. He then leaves the square to answer a phone. Everett phones Gwen in his room at the Salem Inn to ask about his dismissal. She informs him right away that Chad now owns her share of the paper. At that moment, Stephanie shows in and tells Chad that Jack and Jennifer, who own a newspaper in Boston, are willing to hire him, especially because Gwen is the reason he lost his job. Everett informs her that Gwen isn't the reason she lost her job. He intends to utilize his investigative journalistic abilities to ascertain Gwen's buyer. Stephanie offers to lend a hand by making calls. At that moment, he discovers the data he seeks. The other half of the publication is owned by Flynn Industries, which the two reasonably believe to be a sham corporation. To ask her Uncle Shane to look into it, Stephanie gives him a call. Stephanie is about to leave when Shane sends Everett an email. He tries to keep the truth from her, but Stephanie is adamant and shocked to find that Chad is the owner of Flynn Industries. Paulina arrives at Salem Police Department's lobby and is alarmed that a drug dealer was allowed off. They discuss who is in charge and the lacking proof. Rafe tells Paulina that because his sister Ariana was killed in an undercover sting, he will handle the drug cartel case with extra caution. At Jada's place, Jada and Rafe talk about the drug cartel case after arriving with a Christmas tree that looks like Charlie Brown. They toss some ornaments on the dejected tree, raise a glass to the festive season, and turn in. While basking in the post-holiday sunshine, Jada and Rafe exchange "I love you" declarations. After entering the bedroom, Wendy and Tripp set out to make each other feel better. Ava has things to attend to, so Harris offers to walk her home. They kiss each other to confirm their agreement that there will be further dates. Stefan tells Vivian over the phone why he needs to hit Clyde. Stefan begs her to protect Gaby and get in out of this situation, but she refuses. He becomes irate and declares that he will handle everything on his own. In Horton Square, Stephanie runs into Chad and tells him what she's discovered. Days of Our Lives preview for December 11 to 15 features reflections from Salemites on the past, loss, and future. See the trailer and read the story below. In remembrance of her father Marcus's death anniversary, Jada and Steve have a sweet moment. Old-timers may remember that Steve and Marcus Hunter were raised together in foster care and later reconnected in Salem, Massachusetts, where Marcus was a practicing physician. Not only are the holidays a time to reflect, but they also serve as a means of fostering community. Sarah recognizes the past between her and Xander and feels all the usual cues when they are together. Jada and Stephanie hang out and discuss their ex-partners. When Stephanie asks Jada for a picture of herself, she takes out her phone and finds the engagement picture of herself and her ex-boyfriend Everett, who just so happens to be in the area. How on earth have he and Jada not met? At least thus far. Channel believes that this will be the greatest Christmas ever as she and Johnny get back together. Sadly, Paulina, her mother, must break some unfortunate news. We can't help but wonder if this is about Abe or even Paulina's mother, given that Paulina breaks down. In the end, a snag forced them to utilize EJ's DNA samples, which is why the adopted baby of Sloan and Eric's went completely awry and revealed the infant wasn't Nicole's. Nicole came to believe her child had passed away, but Dimitri told Leo that Sloan had taken the kid and he wasn't. Leo arrived to the DeMera estate in Friday's dramatic episode, and Eric got a concerning call from someone apologizing for his adoption's debacle. Sloan will need to think of some prompt responses for Eric. Nicole sobs to Leo after learning that her baby has passed away in the most recent teaser. But what if that wasn't true? He asks her. Will Leo acknowledge that Nicole was correct regarding Eric and Sloan's adopted son? Who is Eric's biological son if Sloan and Melinda tampered with the DNA test and nobody else knows? According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Ava Jerome killed her criminal mentor Gil Carter when he attempted to attack her. It was self-defense, that much is clear, and as a result, her son Trip Johnson will be watching his mother more closely. Thanks to prisoner Clyde Weston, Stephen DeMera currently holds Gil's former position. Trip is going to be closely monitoring his mother. What are the chances that he can expose this blackmail scheme, save his mother, and extend Clyde's sentence by an additional 25 years? You might be surprised by the response. Trip was a bad guy before he became a doctor, snapping at people for alleged transgressions against Ava. Because of this, it's simple to observe that evil side emerging now that Ava is back among the weeds. Clyde enjoys playing the role of a master crook in Incarcerated, but occasionally his arrogance gets him into serious trouble. If Clyde makes a mistake and gives Trip the ammunition he needs, more danger and mayhem will undoubtedly befall Salem. Ironically, but poetically, it would be just if Trip pursued Ben Weston, the son of Clyde Whitten, in the same way that Clyde has pursued her son. Fans are aware that Wilson also plays Alex Kyriakis. Therefore, it would be simple to film Wilson as Ben in order to further develop this plot, even though Ciara Weston and Ben live off-screen. Trip may soon defend Ava from Clyde's threats, reversing the current situation in which Ava is trying to keep Trip safe. He's still perplexed by that bizarre, senseless knife attack he suffered in the hospital. Perhaps he connects the dots and smells a rat. Serious TV spoilers hint that this perilous tale has more twists and turns before we see Clyde's final moments. He has a history of pulling off some hot antics, so if Ben is in danger or Trip comes in the way, he won't hesitate to turn up the heat. Do you believe Trip will be the one to resolve this sticky situation? Perhaps even save his mother with his own life? Tell us, Duo L lovers. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.